Good evening and welcome back to Capital Industry with me, Jenny. In our last episode, we managed to get everything up and running, so now we can get our trains to deliver our products should we need to, but I don't need to just yet because I still have a bunch of iron in the way that I really need to mine out. So I don't need a new iron mine, I don't need a new limestone mine, I don't need a new copper mine, and I don't think I need a new sand mine. But what I do need to do is I need to find something else to do. I need to find something else to use the iron a little bit faster, and also I'd like to have the research run a little bit faster. So our plan for today is I'm going to go deal with the oldest tech that I haven't done anything about. And of course, that is household appliances. Why household appliances? Because I was talking to my lovely partner the other day, and she was telling me I treat my people in the capital industry far too nice. I give them a brand new glass rocking chair every other month, but she's had the same white goods for months and months on end. So I decided that's entirely true. I only do give them new glass rocking chairs every other month, so I should definitely at the same time give them more newer white goods than I give my partner. She's now not talking to me. I'm now sleeping in the studio, and I need to say, can I borrow a like? I just had to borrow a like. I had to borrow a like earlier in the video because, oh my god, if I go to sleep in the studio, I'm going to do nothing but work, which means I'm going to have a bunch of new videos. If you didn't like the video, you didn't think I should be sleeping in the studio, or at least you didn't think I should be working whilst I'm sleeping in the studio, then by all means, you can have your like back. But let's be honest, I'm sleeping in the studio, so can I keep that like anyway? All right, first thing we're going to need to do is I need to, turn that back on, and I also need to turn that back on. All right, I want to go and remove household appliances because that's what we're working on today, and then we can leave that back up on the screen. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab a assembler from here, and if I hold down control, that'll clear its recipe, and then we need to look at exactly what we're doing. The answer is household appliances. Household appliances are electronics 1, electronics 2, a little bit of steel, which also means I need to, housing and services, I need to grab a household appliances module. Okay, I need to provide the people 46.8 new white goods every month, which means they go through white goods the same way they go through rocking chairs. We're not even going to get to laptops. That's a problem in the distant future. And also, I'm going to build a couple more diggy boys. No, a couple more trucks. So can I get 2? Plus, can I get 5? Because we can have up to 260, and I'm still at I'm still at sub 250. So can I get one of you? I'm going to need 2 of you to produce 48, which will just cover what I need. So I'm going to need at least 3 of you, and then let's be honest. If I built this many glass rocking chairs, I'm going to do the same for our white goods. So can we clear a little bit of space? Can I remove you? Can I remove our wood belt, which is now actually has wood on it, which is great. And can I run that from there to, there, thank you. All right, can I have that belt? On top of that, can I move our recyclable belt from here to here, please? And then from there to there. It is flat. You can join. Okay. Dumbest error message ever. Okay, can I swap you to go that direction? Okay. Can you come down and join? Thank you. All right, can I build that? Can I remove that? All right, can I have you? Can I have you and you? I need to have 4 tile gaps. So can we go 1, 2, 3, 4? Oh, Can I have you there, and yep, you there. Great. Can I have a box? Can we put the box here? And if I do that, I'm now curious because I held down control, which means you remove your filter, but did you remove the alert? Okay. No, I can't. Just keep building. Can I set you to be household appliances? It removed the alert as well. Okay, that's unfortunate. I want to alert if you are less than 50%, which is on all the time at the moment, but it is what it is. Okay. No fuel. Struggling, cool. You guys are definitely stuck. Can I get you unstuck? Can I get you unstuck? Can I get you unstuck? And that's because we're filling in this hole, which is causing nothing but nightmares. Fine. Not enough limestone. We're working on it. And all sort of Mark 2, and that is just because I can't get stuff dumped out fast as possible. But as soon as we have this bridge connected, I'm then going to enable dumping just about everywhere, and that should speed up the rate at which they dump things, which should solve a whole lot of problems. All right. Can I come back to this problem? Actually, no. Can I come to this problem? Okay, upgrade one of them. Thank you. All right, so I have a bunch of these guys. I also, as I'm going to have a bunch of them, I'm going to have a second bunch of them because twice as many bunches is just not bunches for me. Can I get a... can I get belts, tier 2? Can I plug you into there, you into there, you into there? All right. the items I need to track down. I need to track down electronics 1 plus electronics 2 plus also steel. So electronics 2 I happen to have right here. So can I grab that tile? Cool. Can I bring you to height 2, and then can we bring you through to here? And that's one of the items found. All right, next is electronics 1. Electronics 1 I technically have over here. Move out of the way. If I drag that through there, that can come through above electronics, above electronics 2. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so how the hell do I get you out from there? 1, I don't have the electronics 3 belt in the way, but it's currently in the way. Can I have you come? Yeah, I didn't think so. All right, can I have you go away for a moment? We're going to eventually plug that in properly, just not today. Can I have you go to height 4? Height 4 to here, to here, to here, to height 3, to here, and then bring this all the way down as well. Cool. Last item I need is steel. Steel I happen to have obviously for construction parts 3, and then of course they go into glass rocking chairs, which seems like this is going to be the best place to grab it from. Can I grab that out? You're at height 2, you're still at height 2. Can I come to here, and then can I go down to height 1, and then we should be able to slide right underneath this and plug that in there. Cool. Can I have a couple of lifts? Can I have one lift that goes from height 1? Yes. They can have another lift that goes to height 2, and they can have another lift that goes to height 3, and that should be our combination. So can I get you? Can I put you there, and there, and there, and there, and there? Cool. That should be everything we need. I just need to cut off the excess because I don't need it. And can I get you built? All right. Can I also get this side built? And then can I take this belt and hopefully convince this belt to touch that belt again? Great, perfect. Let the spaghetti grow even stronger. All right, so with that done, I need to look at a few things. One is how much steel we'll be using. The answer is, 8, 16, 24. Okay, on top of that, you're also using 8, 16, 24, which means that's a total of 48, which means in theory, I don't have to upgrade this belt. We're gonna upgrade this belt anyway, just to make sure I have the throughput. On top of that, we need to do the same with electronics 1. I'm using 16, 32, 48, okay, which means I need to backtrack this belt, which goes to here, which is using, 16 currently, and then you're a 60 belt. Okay, so can I upgrade that? And then can I upgrade that? And that should give me enough electronics 1. Electronics 2, I'm using 8, 16, 24. 24 is coming from here, which I'm also using another 4. So that's 24 plus 4, 28. And that's also coming back through here, which I'm using 4, 8. So plus 8. Cool. That's 36. And then that electronics belt's coming up to here, which is feeding off a 200 belt, which means I have at least 60 to play with. 36 is fine. All right. So in theory, that should be everything we need to get our household appliances up and running. All right, next thing I need to do is I need to build a bridge. I need to build a bridge. I also need to cut that recycling. Yeah. Can I get you to go there? Great. Can I get that done? And can I then get a bridge? Now I can move this bridge over a tile, but my mother told me a very, very important lesson. Very, very important, very wise words. That's the words I'm looking for. Very wise words a long time ago. And that was, if you're going to build a bridge, get the fuck over it, build a big bridge. That way you can get over it a lot of times. So we're going to put in a big bridge, and I'm going to bring this through to here, and then plug that straight into there. Plug in, please. Thank you. All right, so that should be all we need to start getting our household appliances delivered, which means I'm going to get two things. I'm going to get a uni boost from the household appliances, being 2. Pause. The total uni is at 18.23 currently. Okay, so I'm going to get a 2.67 uni from having household appliances. On top of that, it just happened, I went from a 75% boost to all the different uni we're getting from all the different sources to 100% boost. So I should be getting an awful lot more uni from everything, which means I should go from the 18, hopefully all the way up to the 25, I think. I didn't get a chance to do the pre and post numbers, but hopefully it's a crap ton more uni. hospitals. Okay, so it's 26 minus the 2.6 and the 1.91, because I'm not doing either of those. So it's at least 4 plus uni. The point is I now have 6.42 uni, which means I'm going to open up you, pin you, and I'm going to find somewhere to spend my uni. The place I can spend uni so far, I have a lot of choices. I really don't have a lot of choices. I could make my solar panels more efficient, but I don't have any solar panels. I could, have this settlement and the farms use less water, but I'm good on water. So my best bet is actually research efficiency. Currently we have a 15% boost, which means I have a 33% boost from the amount of people I have in the town, because obviously some portion of them are smarter than the average bet. On top of that, I have a 2% boost from our office supplies, and we're putting a little bit of focus in there. Plus I have the 15% from the edicts. But if I take this and I spend an extra 5 uni, well, then I produce 60% bonus, which means I go from producing 75 up to 104. It's weird that I went from a 15% bonus to a 60% bonus, and it sort of only went up like 25%, but that's just how the maths works. But that should make research happening faster. We're working our way through titanium smelting currently, and then after that is electronics, and then into the ship weapons. So we have a few things that I wouldn't mind research, but we're going to have that started now. All right, speaking of research, actually speaking of things, first off, you guys need somewhere to put dirt, and thank you. Guys, do you have nothing but dirt in your hands? Yes? Come on, where's the other one? I'm just going to assume the answer is yes. All right. Can I have dirt get dumped here and also all the way out to here? Can I do a quick check on sand? Sand is progressing. I didn't have this dug out. I also want to... can I do a flat at height 3? Can I drag that out to, say, here? And also out to, say, here. I'm trying to get rid of all this sand so I can start filling it in, but it's taking its time. All right. So can I get sand, dirt dumped all the way through here? I'm only planning on digging out sand to this far, and therefore the fast action response team should now be idle. Great. Can I grab the fast action response team? I want them to work on a project. It's a future project. Future project I'm probably not going to get to right now, but I want them to pop out here. I want them to... can I leave that there for a moment? Can I grab terraforming? Can I grab retaining walls? Can I put a retaining wall here? And here, and can I copy those two? Can I put retaining walls here and retaining walls here, and then can I copy lots of retaining walls and here, and I don't think I can put one here. Please? No. Okay. So can I get that done? Can I get this marked for cutting? Can I get pavements? Delete pavements. Can I delete those pavements? Can I uni-spend those pavements? Can I also put a retaining wall in here and here and one there? Okay. No, we're going to put in a retaining wall. I want to put in a shelf. I want to put in a shelf so I can look at trying to fix this section of, our path down. And we're going to start with a few retaining walls to clear things up. Can I get that done? And can I bring you out to ground level? Cool. Can I get fast action response team? Can I get them to come out and start working on this project? Can I also get one more retaining wall? Bing. Wrong one. This one. Can I have a corner piece go in the ground right there? Cool. Can I have that done? All right. So we're gonna have that done. Fast action response team is gonna get working on that. You are stuck. Congratulations. You can get recovered and high supply of recyclables. Okay. So with the addition of white goods into the town, we're now producing more than 60 belt worth of recyclables. So can I get you upgraded as well? Great. Hopefully that gives people things to do. I don't care about this, and in fact, I don't care about it so much. We're going to turn it off. That was just to make sure I added more of these until we maxed out our salt. Salt's maxed out, so we're good there. And with that belt upgraded, that should solve that problem. All right, so next thing I want to do, science. Science, we're chugging along at 104 science per minute. But I could potentially turn on the other lab. Now, to turn on the other lab, I'd have to do a few things. One, I'd have to flip that belt that way. Two, I would have to produce more science. Currently, we're producing 16 plus 16 plus 16, being a total of 48. If I want to produce 2 times 48, I'd have to do 2 things. One, I have to produce twice as much science. To do that, I can go to the next tier of assembler, which we could do. So, can I do upgrade? Now, if I do that, I need to have twice as much red science coming in. To get twice as much red science coming in, I'd have to upgrade you and you. I'd also need to make sure that we can fit in, well, currently we're going to be doing 48. We'd be going up to 96, which means this belt and this belt need to go faster. Also means that belt there needs to go faster on the output. Okay, as for these guys need to bring in, well, now they have to bring in 96 of the previous tier of science as well. So that means I need to upgrade that belt and that belt and that belt. Cool. Continuing down our list, that means I need to bring in twice as much science of the previous tier. You need to have paper. I'm using 8 and 8 paper. That being 16, I need another 16, which means I need to have 32 paper. I currently only make 24 paper, which is a bit of a problem. So I'm going to have you two unpaused and I'm going to have you two upgraded. On top of that, I need to bring in twice the amount of the first tier of science, which means I don't have you unpaused and upgraded as well, which then means I didn't have twice as many mechanical parts. Twice as many mechanical parts means I need to upgrade this guy because you're going to be bringing in 32 and 32. That's a total of 64. Our electronics 1 should be fine, although that belt now seems very dry. Can I upgrade you to T3? Can I upgrade you to T3? And therefore I have a guaranteed 200 belt from that point on. Right, so with those upgrades done, no, actually, one more upgrade. I need to have 96 science of this belt, which means you need to be upgraded, plus you need to be upgraded, plus you need to be upgraded. Okay, so with those upgrades done, now all I need to do is essentially turn this guy on. I also need to fix my paper problem. So paper problem is I need to produce wood chips, plus also limestone, plus some steam. Good news is limestone is sorted. Wood chips is sorted in theory. I have 24 wood chips here. I'm using 66, so I'm using 12, but I'm also using some of those wood chips to make steam. Bless all those wood chips, but we have a few advances in technology, and now I get an electric boiler. So we're going to rip out you, and we're going to throw an electric boiler in here instead. Can I have our steam pipe go? Can I have a steam pipe flip just that part of the steam pipe? Go there. Great. Can I have that belt? Obviously, you need to have water reconnected in, which also means I need to copy you. Can I put you over here? Can I remove those bits? I need to remove this and this. Cool. And probably that and probably that. All right. Let's set a recipe. First off, can you be boiling water? Great. Do not use electric boilers if you can avoid it. It costs more power. Electric boilers. Electric boilers produce 12 steam. Actually, let's do this properly. They cost 9 megawatts to make 24 steam. Okay. Can we get very quickly? Where are we? I want to have power. I want to have a turbine. Okay. Turbine Mark 1. 24 steam, 6 megawatts worth of mechanical force. 6 megawatts worth of mechanical force is 1/3 this amount. So 1/3 this amount equals 1/3 this amount. If I go 15 divided by 3, that's 5 megawatts worth of power. How much power does it cost you to run you? 9. Do not. Oh, sorry. Actually, I should add, if we take our high steam and we also add some low steam to it, I produce 12, well, I consumed 24 and 24, but I actually produced 9 megawatts worth of total mechanical force, which is half this amount, which is 18 divided by 2, it's 9. You consume 9. It is power neutral at best. Never ever use these if you can avoid it, okay? In my case, I don't need to have that much steam. I don't have that much steam, so we're just gonna run the crappy recipe and we're gonna be good there. All right. I need to have twice as much paper, which means I need to have all those belts. Can I flip you and can I put you there? I don't need to have steam. We're going to have steam already. I don't have limestone. We have limestone already. And I don't need that either. Okay, can I put you here? Right. Can I have our limestone? Our limestone, can I have you go from here directly into there? Okay. My wood chips. My wood mulch, whatever you want to call it. Can I plug that into there? Can I plug that into there as well? Can I grab this little guy? Can I put him back over here? No, you have to flip it that way. Can I have a U-shaped lift that go right there? And I can have this lift move to there. Okay, with those additions made, I should be able to build all of this, take my steam pipe from here, from here, and plug that into there. Great. Flip that one, remove that little bit there, and have you be built. Okay, that should be my steam as well. That should be my mulch, and then all I want to do is want to boost you just for a minute, so we fill up the belts full of what's it called? Wood chips. Fill up the belt full of wood chips so I can see the belts are backed up, because if I see belts backed up, that means, as far as I'm concerned, production is running at full speed. It's something I do with not a lot of builds, but some builds. Some builds I intentionally build a bottleneck in right at the very end. And the reason I do that is if I see all the belts are backed up, well, then in theory, they're running at full speed. And if I have the very last part of the production running at like 0.99%, 99% uptime, because everything else has been just a little bit overbuilt prior to it, that means I'm guaranteed that eventually the last one will back up. But you're gonna make 12 paper, you're gonna make 12 paper, that's 24 paper, you're gonna do another 12 and 12, that's a total of 24 paper. You're now backed up. We can turn that boost off with us producing 24 paper and you guys using 8, 16, 32. Then I have the little bit of extra paper that gets come down here and keeps making our office supplies, and that means I should be able to run sites at twice the speed, which now means I should be making 208 sites, which is going to speed through our sites miles faster, at least twice the speed it was before. All right, you, can I have that belt upgraded? Because you're at 100% full. Cool. You're at 100% full as well, but I don't think I need to upgrade that just yet. I think if this bottleneck's cleared, therefore what recyclables you guys are outputting doesn't interfere with anything else. Therefore, this will clear out over time. It just needs a chance to empty the bucket. Bucket's at 190. 135, it's now down to 120. Yep, so it's slowly emptying. All right, so that should be all those problems solved. That should be running at full speed, which means fuel station. Okay, fuel station has been retired. Can you go away? And therefore, can I make that pipe a T3 pipe? Cool. All right, so with those things done, science is running. Science now running at twice the speed. You need a second for science to build it up there. I've upgraded all the required belts. That's that belt, that belt. No, I haven't upgraded that belt yet, because you have 32 and 32, which means that needs to be a 64 belt. Okay, they're upgraded, they're upgraded, they're upgraded, so everything should be running at full speed, and therefore you should be running at full speed, you should be running at full speed, you should be running at full speed, and my labs, you are full of lab equipment, buffered up. You are going to have a moment and a problem and an issue for a little while, and best way to solve that. Best way to solve that is pause you for like 1 minute. All right, so all sorted is blocked you to full. Yes, but we've finished. Does that count as finished? I think it counts as finished. All right, can I have you? You've already been moved across. All right, so somebody drove across it. Counts as finished. All right, can I have you guys? Can I have you fill out rock to here and here and here? That means all these travel distances are going to be way shorter. And I want to fill in the sea because there's plenty of limestone under the sea. All right. Can I also do that one and that one? All right. So that, yeah, that's definitely full. All right. So that means they should be able to drive a shorter distance, drop off things faster, which should solve that problem. Same goes for you guys. You have some dirt, so therefore it needs to go through the sorter. Okay. You should also be able to empty. You should also be able to empty, and again, it's just a shorter distance. Can I look at you actually? You're saying you can't get through here. Yeah, I thought you might do that. Can I fix that? Okay, can I remove that? Can I remove that? Can I have a U-shaped lift here to height 4? Can I have you go through to height 4? That's the sand one. Yeah, can I plug that into there? All right, so now I have, the best way to tell is if you get a bucket and you fit a bucket somewhere, being 5 tiles wide, that means you guys should be able to drive through there without a problem. Can I see you, please? Can I have you do a double check? Can you drive through here? No, because there's a plant in the way. Can I have the plant be gone away? You. Show me. Yes, you can now drive through there. And this one, same story. I just need to remove this. And I also need to remove that plant. Because, yes, this is very, very tight between the train tracks and the buckets. But that should be working, that should be working, that should be working. And we should be good. All right. So with those things done, I need to work on a new problem. New problem is you have materials. You shouldn't have materials because that means you're going to back up over time, which means I'm going to rearrange a few things. All right, so can I grab our iron? Can I bring my iron through to height 5? Yes. Can I bring it out to here? And then can I plug that into there? Great. Can I build that? Can I remove that? All right. Yes, I do have the ability to move some of these items by trains now. And yes, I could replace the coal line that I currently have with a chew. But, well, this works for right now. So I don't see a reason to change it and upgrade it just yet. Okay. Can I do that one as well? All right. With those two done, I don't need to move the copper because copper's not going to be in my way because I need to put in another recycling plant. But I do need to move the water. Can I move the water to here? Height 5. Thank you. Can you go to here, here, and here? Can I just leave you hanging out there in the air for a minute? And then can I plug you into this pipe? Yes. Okay. Can I do that one as well? Can I remove you next? All right. Next one's going to be diesel. Can I have, which is a split pipe? Okay. Can I have the diesel come from here to here? And then can you go right one tile and up? And then you can go here and then plug into that. Great. Can I have this one come out? Height 5. I need you to go this way, this way, this way, this way, and then plug it into there. Great. Can I get that built as well? And therefore I can remove that one and that one. And I have one water pipe left. One water pipe we can bring from here to here. Height 5. Thank you. Bring you over the corner. Thank you. And then plug you into there and call you a done deal. All right. So with those removed, I can remove you. And that means I can put in another recycling plant. Recycling plant's going to go right here. And then I need to have my gold sorting off straight out of the recycler. You have an alert. Can I set you? I don't care if you're full. I want to know if you're over 50%. I hopefully I notice the notifications. I can do something about it. And can I bring this up to here? Okay. I'm going to have to, in the future, put in another one of these, like, you know, right here. But that's going to have to wait until we actually need it. Can I have a U-shaped lift? Can I put a lift here? I can put a lift here for the gold. Can I have that go into there? Can I have that go into flip? Can I have that go into there? And then from there into there. Great. So that's the gold sorted. Now I have the problem of actual recycled materials. Okay, can I have over here? This belt is at 90% full, which is going to be a problem. It's going to be a giant problem. Not enough sand. Okay, not enough sand. Both good and bad. Can you? Yes, you are digging out sand, but you guys are busy over here. You are digging out dirt. You, sir, are doing slag, and you are doing sand. This is not an option. We don't like this sand, obviously. Can I do flat 6 there, and clear that, and then can I go 6 out like this? Yeah, and I don't really have a good way of I'm just gonna do that. I'm really lazy to do that. That'll make them sort of meet, not really. Fine, I'll do that. Okay, hopefully that sand guy comes over here because I sort of need sand. Yeah, desperately. But they'll have to finish whatever tile they're working on and then make a reassessment. Okay, what we're up to? Okay, fertilizer, I know. Animal feed hasn't overflowed yet, but it's going to soon, but that's fine. It should deal with it. Otherwise, we'll have content for the next episode. All right, so back to this. All right, I need to have a very full belt. Okay, what I need to do is I need to put a notch in there, notch in there, notch in there. Cool. If I get 3 notches, can I put in a U-shaped balancer? Can I raise you up to the top? Can I have you be the priority output? And can I get that built? All right. With that being our priority output, can I bring this to this tile, and then can I just drop that into that hole? Cool. All right. So that's going to get our recyclables to here. Then from there, I need to get them out. Yeah. Okay, so I need to do a little bit of rearrange. I need to chop the fertilizer here, chop the fertilizer here, chop the fertilizer here, chop the fertilizer here. But can I remove that? And then can I run this pipe? Can I run this pipe at height number 1 under here? And then can I run this pipe at ground level under there as well? Okay. Can I go with this pipe plugs into flip. Okay, can I have this pipe plug into this pipe plug into that pipe? You're being difficult. Okay, this pipe plug into copy the right size pipe. This pipe plug into there. Great. All right. Can I have this pipe plug into there? Excellent. Okay, so that's those two halves reconnected. All right. This end, can I do the same business? So I need to have the bottom pipe go from here to here. I need the top pipe to go here, over tile, and then into there. Great. So that moves those two out of the way. Great. I want to have recyclables. I need to have you go to here. Then from there, I need to basically go up and plug into that. Can I redo that so it follows the same profile? We go to here to here. Great. Down to ground level. And I can't go one tile further out. So what I need you to do is I need you to plug into there. Great. Can I build that? Can I then remove that tile? So we're just going to swap the belts. So we're going to swap the belts and then have a different belt that goes from here to here to okay, can I go from here to here? I don't know. Can I get to height 2? I can't get to height 2. Okay. So can I go from here to height 1 to height 2 to over the top of the existing recyclables belts? And then I want to go basically that. Okay, can you go to height 2 here, then come down to height 1, then spin under your, okay, one extra time. Okay, then come down to height 1 and then spin under yourself because, well, that's the edge of the bridge. Nobody's going to be doing anything over there, so I'm not blocking anything. All right, can I have a lift? Can we have a lift that's raised up? And then can I bring the raised up lift to down 1? Okay, up 1. There. Cool. Can I have this built so far? And then we can continue on our merry way from this point. We're going to go, obviously, above the existing recyclable belt. And, yeah, height 2, height 2, height 1. Okay, can we go to here? Then can we go down to height 1? Then can we go to here? And this is where things are going to get absolutely chaotic. Because I need to that guy pulls off our broken glass and any glass mix we have on the belt. So I need to have that instigated. Let's go with here. Oh, you need to bring out our glass mix. F, please. I want you to do that. I want you to do that. No, F because I don't care about blocking. I need to do this. So I need to plug this into here. Do that in the other order. Fine, whatever. All right. Then I need to get from here, which is now not glass, not glass mix, but it is going to be copper and iron. I need to get under this bridge. This bridge that has just a little bit of stuff in the way already. And to do that, we're going to have to get really compact. So can I put a lift in? No, I need you to move over top. Okay, can I have you go? I need you to move to here. Yep, and you move all the way forward. Okay, can you go forward and then over there? Great. Can I have a lift here? And can I then remove that piece? Can I go from here to here? Great. All right. So then we go here to get over. Can I get that built, all of that built, that one piece? All the frames disappeared for a minute, but it's fine. I'm guessing autosave was going on. And then can I go from there to here? And then can I go under this tile? Yep, I'm definitely running out of space. Great. After I get to there, I now need to do the exact same thing with copper, which is that guy. So can I have another U-shaped sorter here? Yeah. And then I need to get you from there to there. Perfect. All right. Then you need to take out the copper, which we're splitting off, put it in there. You need to be operated in as well. And in theory, if I get that built, that built, that built, and all... Oh, hang on, that built. Yes, yes, and that filter built. Okay, that should splice off our iron and our copper, bring it over here. Once we get to here, our copper should get dumped. It's not running. I guess the iron's at the front. Okay, then the iron... I'm going to go with a ramp rather than a lift for a number of reasons. Mainly the fact that a ramp only uses the tiles that it physically occupies on the way up, whereas the lift uses all those tiles plus one above for the top of the lift, because the top of the lift stick up. So that should then split off our copper, dump our copper, and then whatever's left in the way of iron should continue on. Which means, where the hell are we? You should empty. Excellent. You were prioritizing one belt over the other. I just like doing it so I can see very easily if one belt is very full and the other belt's completely full or partially full or whatever. I can quickly identify and visually see which one is, well, at what point I might need to upgrade things. Okay. Low supply of copper. Low supply of copper is because we're now making more electronics 1 and 2 to make more, to make our white goods. So can I throw you in there? Can I throw output is full. Output is full. Output is full. Output is full. You're going the wrong way. You're going the wrong way. Cool. Well, that might help. But whilst I'm here, can I get a exhaust? Can I run the exhaust up to one of those two? Can I have you? Can I put you here? Can I run this? Oh, that's right. This is not blueprinted. Can I have that? Can I remove that and that? And can I have that? Can I put that there? Can I put that there? And then there? And then flip you? And then remove that? And put that there? And then can I just make a tiny bit of surgery in here, being that remove, that remove, that remove, that remove, that remove, and that remove. Yeah. Can I remove those? Can I put that back in there? Excellent. All right, all done. Can I have you be added to the list? All right. Can you have a second one of these guys? Can we put... Oh, can I put a connector, please? Thank you. In there. Can I then take half of one of these, flip it, and put it there? Is that right? Yes. Okay, so you go into there, you go into there, and then I need a connector here. No, I can't have a connector and a connector. That's right. Okay, so you need to actually be one tile further away. That'll do. Okay, can you go from there to there? Can I grab my pipe, which is... Anyway, cool. That goes to there, that goes to there, that brings in my pipe, that brings in those. You're going to do 24, that's till 48, which means I can just take this, unplug this in here and call it done. And what do I need? I need to have that belt, I need to have that lift, and then I need to have that coal, which is this belt. Voila, done. All right, one more copper smelter. Throw it in the mix. All right, can I get all of that built as well? How many people do I have? 65. That should be plenty. All right, so you. No place to dump stuff because they're still full and the trucks are still flat out. But we are... Oh, okay. I need to have this be... Yeah, that's the area. Can I have you slide over here? And actually, can I redo this whole thing? Please? Thank you. Here to here. Great. So hopefully that'll speed that up. The answer might just be more trucks at this stage, or I look at a train system that lets me dump materials, or I have a bunch of guys sitting around full of dirt, and that's the problem. They're not working because I have so many trucks just full of dirt doing nothing. What? Oh, I need to have that belt go to there. That seems important. Okay, as is you actually functioning. What did I do? Oh! Oh, it's a connector. Oh! That's tragic. Can I remove you? Can I remove you? Yeah, I plugged it in and I put a connector right at the terminus where it comes out of the thingamajig, which then just broke the whole belt. Cool. Can you go there? Can you go there? Can you go there? Cool. And if I add more copper, I killed all the copper. Alright, so back to smelters working. Yeah, okay, back to smelters working. Alright, so can I... Trucks dumping. We're going to get there in a bit. You guys have leveled out to there for now. I need to talk about how we're going to be dropping from here down to the next one. And they only have a little bit of work left to do, which is fine. We can talk about them in the next episode. We now have science, in theory, running twice as fast if I unpause you, because all the belts backed up. I need to pause you for a minute. We got completely sidetracked. And with science now running twice as fast, we should get through electronics fairly quickly. And on top of that, research. 47 workers. Okay, can I have another house? Cool. On top of that, where are we? Research. We can then get our Mr. Shippy Shippy some upgraded guns, which means we can go out and visit the rest of the map. And if I get titanium and electronics, then I'm more ready to jump into the end game where we start getting aluminium, because I sort of want to put it right about here, and there happens to be some iron in the way still. Yep, this iron mine has been the bane of me. But what I need to do is I need to leave this video here. I will see you guys in the next video, where we actually need to make one more sidestep, and that is I need to fix up electronics 3. We have the ability for quite some time to do the microchip production Mark II, but I have a small problem that I've decided I want to move all this back over here. But we'll cover that in the next episode. With all that said and done, I'm going to call this video here. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the very next video. Bye.